Welcome. Welcome to Eternal Mothers, honoring unseen bonds on Mother's Day, a space where we honor, uplift, and provide solace to a unique form of motherhood, mothers living without their children, those mothers whose children are no longer living. I created this segment to acknowledge the experience of motherhood that is too often overlooked. And for those of us who have survived our children, Mother's Day can be really complex. Because, for example, I never thought that I would be hosting a segment that's talking about this topic, that I would be qualified to talk about a mother who has survived the life of their child, because we often think that this type of tragedy would never happen to us, that it's something that happens to other people, certainly not us. And what I know is that when we're given lemons, that we need to make lemonade. And so the question was for me, how could I take this very bitter circumstance and aid another? So when you have lemons, then we are able to transmute the dense energy of those lemons on one hand with aid into energetic balance. The power of pain becomes the power of love. My only child colleague's death by suicide has been the catalyst for me doing this work. I've written several books, I've done talks, I am a well-being coach, and what I've noticed about Mother's Day is that people don't know how to address me. They may not know what to say, what to do, and they may just be scared to say Happy Mother's Day because they think that it might trigger some pain or grief. And what can be even worse is those people who don't consider that you are still a mother. And so we need to educate those people to help us and support us as well as ourselves. So I created this space for validation, community, and healing. So let's begin. And I want to start by affirming to any mother who has survived their children that you are a mother. We are mothers. And motherhood is not defined by a physical presence. Not at all. Motherhood is the love, the connection, the intention that we hold within our heart. And motherhood is nurturing. Whether you're nurturing a child, yourself, others, motherhood is a nurturing that channels love into something meaningful. Yet, what we need to realize as a mother who is now living without living children is that we do have a shift in our identity. And when we don't hold that recognition, there's going to be pain, there's going to be suffering because energy is stuck. And we have a choice to either evolve or remain stuck. And when we hold our self-worth to equate being the mother of a living child, then we're going to have enhanced grief and we're going to be stuck and unable to move forward in life in a joyful manner. And so with that, we need to reframe how we look at Mother's Day. Is Mother's Day going to be a challenge, or is Mother's Day going to be a day of empowerment and self-love? We can show ourselves self-love in so many ways, by performing joyful acts, by creating new traditions, by acknowledging ourselves as a mother, even if no one else does make that acknowledgement. I mean, think about the moon, right? The moon is associated with motherhood and nurturing. And even when the moon goes through its phases, the unseen phases, it's still there. It's still constant. It's still resilient. And it is still deeply connected to life. And it's the same with motherhood when your child is no longer present. That bond is still there because love is eternal. Love never dies. But the thing is that grief is so very complicated. Uh, When we realize that grief is a testament to love, grief is the strongest when we have loved the strongest. So the stronger the love, the greater the loss. And grief, when it's not processed, becomes imbalance. And there's going to be an imbalance in the physical realm because the presence of that being is no longer there. The physical connection is no longer there. So, we're here and we try to, if we try to have the same relationship as we had on the physical level, it's going to be imbalanced. And so we need to learn how to make that spiritual connection, which we'll talk about later. And in doing so, when we reach for a balance, we process that energy. And as mentioned earlier, we take that dense energy and we turn it into power to rebalance it. And that is the power of love. Know that we never get over a loss. People say get over it. Get over it is not a real thing. What we do in order to keep moving forward with love is to integrate it into our daily lives. So joy, laughter, grief, hope, they can all coexist. And when we learn to have all of those conflicts, those polar opposites going on at the same time in our lives, then we're able to make that integration and have more balance in our lives. And particularly on Mother's Day, just feel the emotions that come up as they arise. You're likely going to have mixed emotions. At some point during the day, you're going to feel really good about your child and your relationship with your child. At another point during the day, you may feel sad. You may even feel a deep grief, despair, that energy of the missing on the physical realm. I mean, I have mixed emotions on Mother's Day still. And as I mentioned earlier, there's still some even mixed emotions about doing this talk because things will come up for me just thinking about doing this presentation. And so the point is of acknowledging our emotions, letting them flow through us, and integrating the dense emotions with higher emotions so that we can have balance in life. And as I said, move forward with a sense of well being and able to thrive through life. So on Mother's Day in particular, you need to do things that authentically feel good for you. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the chat. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're a mother who is going through this challenge, you no longer have children who are still alive, and you are facing this complex situation regarding especially how people treat you. And you may even be going through that phase of how you're looking at yourself when you no longer have physically living children. So one of my clients has asked me, her name is Amara, what do you do when people ask you if you're a mother? Well, you can respond to that in a variety of ways. You can just say yes. Yes, I am a mother, period. No clarification around that. Yes, I am a mother, My children are no longer in the physical, yet they are with me in spirit. Always. My children are my child. And you can use this for any relationship, but this segment is dedicated to mothers who have survived their children. Or you can say, yes, my motherhood journey is different. They are no longer alive, but they are with me in spirit. Another response might be, yes, my love for my child is eternal. You can get creative with this and find the response that works for you. Yes, my child's presence is felt in my heart every day. And that's my favorite response. Yes, my child's presence is felt in my heart every single day. But the key is the answer is yes, 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 and yes. I want to affirm yes, you are a mother. You'll always be a mother because that connection is based on your love, your intention, and your bond with your child that you have across time and space. Because love never dies. Love is eternal. Love is the bridge between worlds and realms. Love is a connection that when we trust in it, there's the eternal energy of love. And so I wanted to do a meditation with you today. And it's a meditation that I created specifically for this segment for mothers who are living without their children. So I want you to sit back and relax. I'm going to put some music on and gently take a couple of deep breaths in. So deep breath in with a gentle exhale. Close your eyes. Take another deep breath in. It's a gentle exhale. And close your eyes. And feel yourself just grounding into the earth. Your feet are flat on the floor. Feel yourself rooted deeply and feeling grounded. As you take another deep breath in and exhale slowly. Feel the tension just slipping away. Now, center your awareness on your heart. And if it feels good to you, place your hand on your heart and feel your love and your life just flowing through you. Feel the life and the love that flows through your heart. It represents the love that you have for your child. There's a warm light glowing in your heart, and with each breath, it grows to spread across your entire chest. Now picture yourself in a serene environment, whether that environment is a beach, a forest, a meadow. This is a place where you can make a sacred connection with your child. Imagine your child's presence there. You can imagine it as though they are just energy surrounding you, or you can see them as they were. Acknowledge them, feel their love, and let them feel your love as well. Speak to them from your heart. You might say, I love you, I miss you, whatever feels right for you in the moment. And now see a bridge of light radiating between your heart and theirs. That bridge is your connection, Feel how strong and powerful the bridge is. See how radiant it shines, and feel the love that flows between you. And if you feel tears welling up, let them flow. Tears are here to alchemize dense energy into lighter energy. Now, gently, as you continue to breathe deeply and feel the love, begin to bring forward your awareness. Take a deep breath in, exhale, feel the love, and return to this when needed. Continue to take a deep breath in and exhale. Feel the love surrounding you. And anytime that you need to make this energetic connection, you can return to this feeling or return to this meditation. I'm going to put a marker for where the meditation starts in the notes so that if you want to come back and just do the meditation, you can do so at any time. Thank you for sharing this meditation with me. And I want to acknowledge the importance of sharing in general, because it takes a village to get through tragedy. It takes a village to move through grief. And it's important to connect with others who share similar stories because they get it. You don't have to explain anything to them, and they may be able to impart some information that makes that makes your journey just a little bit less bitter. They're able to give you a glass of lemonade. And sharing stories is something that we do culturally. The blues is a huge example because within the blues, you can feel the pain that's being shared. You can hear the grief, you can hear the tragedy, you can hear the inhumaneness of situations, but yet they're singing to help transmute this energy so that they take it to a higher level and find some sense or some semblance of balance, some way to drink that lemonade and make the experience less bitter. And this is sharing. Sharing contributes to our healing. And everyone's story is powerful. We all sing the blues at some point. And expressing that, being able to voice that is a gift. It's the gift of sharing. And talking about it helps to ensure that the topic of pain and grief and emotional well being is not something that remains taboo. It's something that we normalize because it's normal in life. We're going to have challenges, we're going to have pain, we're going to have grief. That that's just the way that life is. There's no guarantees that any of us is going to be here tomorrow. And so when we have lost a child, especially it's our only child or children, we have to remember that we still have a life to live and to love, and that we do continue to carry the weight of love and loss, but that weight becomes less heavier. It becomes less of a bitter pill to swallow when we're transmuting that energy into something that is a lighter emotion. Like when we are using the power in pain and transmuting it into the power of love, which and love is so eternal. We have a comment in the chat from Coach Chandra. She said, "Love this beautiful message. Nice, relaxing meditation moment. Thank you." Thank you for joining. And please share this as well. If you like the content here, like and subscribe, and I'll give you my contact information a little bit later. It's important for someone who is moving through grief to let other people know what they need, because other people don't know how you feel. They don't often know what to do or what to say. Many times, all that they can imagine is if it happened to them, what space they would be in, what degree of devastation that they would have. And they're going to project whatever that is onto you and not most often take that next step to say, wow, how can I support this person? More likely, people are going to avoid you because they want to avoid that feeling. So you have to let family and friends know what it is that you need from them. Use your voice. And if you need professional support, get professional support. I went to a talk therapist, and it was more than talking about grief and moving through grief and how to actually live and survive the loss of my only child. It was about unraveling my entire life and looking at the events that had gone on and seeing how they contribute to those shadows and dark places within me that I was holding on to, even though a lot of it was no longer valid. And so that was a great insistent assistance in helping me to see how I could move forward in life. And sometimes you can't do the big things, right? You can't get to a therapist, the office is not open, or the schedule is full. You don't you're not able to contact family and friends to have that really deep discussion, or you might not even be at the point where you're ready to talk to family and friends. So you want to do something simple, like take a warm bath or walk in the park. But most of all, speak kindly to yourself. It's not about shoulda, woulda, coulda. That's the past. The past is over. It's done. And for now, it's about what do I do in the present moment to help me get through this moment and keep moving forward in life and live that life of joy that we all would like to live. You know, as I said, knowing that there are polar opposites in life, you're going to have your ups and downs. It's not always going to be joyful. But speak kindly to yourself. And we can also channel that energy into meaningful projects. There are going to be challenging times. There's challenging events, the first anniversary of anything, the first birthday. In my case, on my first birthday, it was a really traumatic time because I was thinking, how am I celebrating a birthday here with people joyful, having fun, when my son is no longer here? I should not have survived. My child's life is just not natural. Well, again, is the shoulds, the woulds, the coulds are invalid because life has brought us what it's brought us, and it's up to us to continue to move forward in life and live a life that we can live and love. So we're always transmuting energy as we move through life. We're always going to have challenging situations. And so I invite you to, if you're dealing with this circumstance, to create some rituals to help you move through those challenges. So for instance, on Mother's Day, we can have rituals, um, whether it's lighting a candle for our beloved, or it's buying flowers for them, or buying flowers for yourself as well, or if there's a means of any type of communication where you sit down, look through old pictures, or sit down and have a conversation with your beloved. Journal. There's so many ways that you can look at Mother's Day a little differently so that you can honor yourself on Mother's Day. So I hope that you have benefited from this talk. Please leave me some notes in the chat and let me know what you thought were key points. If you are a mother and you're asked a question, a mother who no longer has living children, and you're asked a question of, are you a mother? Let me know how you respond to those questions. I'd like to know. And if you'd like to hear more on this topic, let me know that as well, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. And there's so much more to talk about. If you look in the notes of this YouTube caption, you'll see that there's a link to subscribe to the Think About Be Well community. And that link will also give you a copy of my book. It's an ebook. It's called Whispers Across Realms, Exploring the Language of Love Beyond the Physical. And that will give you some tips on connecting with your loved ones who are on the other side. And when you subscribed, you'll also be subscribed to receive my weekly email and monthly newsletter with information that helps us through these challenging times, as well as through our personal challenges. So again, if you like what you hear, subscribe, check out my IG channel. There is a wealth of information there about both mental and emotional well-being. And thank you for joining today. I hope all mothers in all forms have a very happy Mother's Day tomorrow. Thank you for joining.